Hello, and welcome to another update video on Bitcoin. Bitcoin is currently retracing to the previous swing lows here from October, and September, and August, and July, and June, end of June even. So we have this area here highlighted by these red lines. They are structural support lines which might be activated. And I mean, people get worried, is crypto dead and everything? It's the same stuff that comes up all the time. I mean, as I said before, I haven't got any impulsive price action to the upside here. It's all very, very fragile. And all the movements, that's true for across the sector, all movements that I see in the sector, they are kind of based on very, very corrective structures. There are a few that are potentially moving impulsively, like virtual. There are one or two more. But most of these coins, including Bitcoin right now, obviously, are moving in corrections. So we haven't got a solid base to start a rally to 130K from. It might happen from when everybody thinks it's dead, then we might still get that one more rally. Obviously, nothing is carved in stone right now. Markets are very reactive. To get today, Bitcoin is reacting, for example, to the NASDAQ. Now, some of you might know my NASDAQ analysis. I have published it here a few times. My take is we could be really close to a top. So as you can see here, this wave count from the April low is very, very full. In the last update here on the channel, I think I suggested we might see one more high, which actually might materialize. It was not needed, but it materialized, and we see a bit of a pullback there. And I mean, we haven't really broken any support on the NASDAQ, but there is some selling pressure today. Market is down. All the cryptos are down as well. There might be some exceptions, but hey, we can fall quite far. I have to say it, this is, for those of you who are watching the video here, this is just a warning. A large correction in the stock market is just overdue. It's just overdue. And I'm not talking about a new, bear market, but I have to say, I mean, even reaching this support area, it's very, very far away. There are some support levels in between. I just want to say, look, I'm not bearish because we haven't broken any previous swing low yet. I mean, there are still, trend lines and parallel trend channels we can track here where the market might try to find some support. They actually look quite good, but we haven't broken anything. But still, this is a high risk environment. And if the market starts to pull back and Bitcoin is reacting to it, because it's not that necessarily Bitcoin follows the NASDAQ. It's just that sentiment is kind of aligned at the moment. They're kind of moving together. So you can't say one thing is, which one is moving first anyway, right? Even though it feels very often that maybe the NASDAQ is leading. But that already is visible on the Bitcoin chart that it's weak. We are in the very late stage of a crypto cycle. We might even form a top in Q4 as it happened before. I've already marked it on the chart, bull market top, question mark. I would still favor another high. That perspective is always difficult to defend when we see red candles, I know. I have to say, look, this correction is clearly not over because we haven't got any impulse up from any of the lows. I've never called an upside impulse, and without an impulse, the structures are kind of choppy, they're kind of messy, and they can change a lot. And they don't really represent a real trend. And so the price reached resistance and got rejected. I mean, that shouldn't really be a surprise, given that the resistance area is there to reject the price, essentially, right? So, that's why this is the overall area that needs to be overcome to become more bullish, which is also why I said to really clearly favor the white count, we need to reach 122K in that third wave. That's not a random number. That is above our resistance area and on the smaller time frame, actually an ideal target for a third wave. That would be above resistance. So until we actually get above resistance, this could just be a corrective bounce, whether that means the B wave has already topped. There are a few different scenarios. We might still be in an extension of this A wave or wave 4 to the downside, But for now, the correction is still unfolding. And I'm watching now this area here, between, you could say 105,400 to 107,500. Nothing really has been, convincing from any of the previous lows. However, daily chart, RSI, not yet oversold. We might test this trend line again, this support line. It's around 34 daily RSI. If we come down, this might act as additional support, right? Also on the 4-hour time frame, we have now reached 30, and this is a level where we saw a bounce on the 17th of October, like a week ago, right? A couple of weeks ago. And okay, it could go a little lower. I mean, last time we had a bullish divergence here. Market bounced from that nicely. Not very convincing, but we had a bounce. So we're now approaching that oversold region again. And if you look, I mean, in recent months, again and again, when we were oversold, this was the basis for a bounce, okay? Also here in August, I mean, I know this sounds a bit like hopium. It's just to highlight, look, we're now getting back into the area from where sentiment is usually getting very bearish again. And the market tests your conviction, kind of, yeah. And so I haven't, this is just an indicator. Price comes first, and price hasn't confirmed in any way a reversal yet. So I'm still watching. In my update yesterday, or one of the updates yesterday, I said, look, we might have a 5-wave move up. I think it was from this low. But it was not, it was only on the 5-minute chart. So I said it's not reliable anyway. And then this bounced from the intraday low, no, not the intraday low, it was the previous low, the previous intraday low. That move up looked more like a 3-wave move. So we are still in this local downtrend. We're now testing, you see, previous structural support. We broke below Fibonacci standard support, which is not great, but it also, I mean, it doesn't mean that we have to suddenly crash down or anything. It just means that we have probably to shift the wave counts a little bit. And I just want to see how we react here before I change anything on the chart, right? There is anyway no local low confirmed at this point. If we see 5-wave movements to the upside from this region, I mean, it could indicate a reversal. We're just oversold now on the 4-hour time frame. Just watching for reaction. I'm not doing anything with the wave count. We could go down more directly, but I and again, as I said before, if we break below those previous lows, it might take us to 98.5K. That's still true. 99K, that's where the 55-week exponential moving average is sitting. But I'm not even sure if we get there in a very direct fashion. So I'll keep you updated. I mean, we do have a 5-wave move down now, but that could simply be a 5-wave move down in this in an extended wave 4, for example, that basically resets this wave 4 a little bit lower. Yeah, it's just, short-term downtrend, yes. Larger time frame recovery is still possible. Rally to 130K still possible. We're not yet in a bear market, or at least I cannot confirm that yet. Yeah, because we haven't got enough downside structure to be clearly bearish, I think. We have to be cautious. There's a difference. I'll keep you updated. Hope you liked the update. If you did, please hit the like button, leave a comment, and subscribe. And if you're interested in additional updates, then also check out our More Crypto Online channel, where I cover crypto updates every single day. Thanks so much. Bye-bye.